Welcome to the annual National Rodeo Hall of Fame Champions Induction. Please welcome President and CEO of the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, Pat Fitzgerald, and Chairman of the Board of Directors, Wyatt McCrae.
Good evening. It's a true honor to welcome you to this year's National Rodeo Hall of Fame weekend. Tonight is about legacy and the incredible individuals who shaped the story of rodeo. We are here because of them. Their grit, their passion, and their impact have paved the way for generations, and it's our honor to celebrate them here tonight. Please join me in welcoming our 2025 Hall of Fame inductees and honorees as they walk the red carpet to their seats. Let's give them a big recognition as they deserve.
Before we continue, we'd like to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude to our sponsors. This weekend wouldn't have been possible without their support and generosity. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, the Delora A. and Lester J. Norris Foundation. Our supporting sponsors, American Hat Company, Cactus Saddlery, Gist Silversmith, Lenny and Linda Sadler with Cheyenne Station Ranch.
And our associate sponsors, 406 Ranch, Billy Bob's Texas, Cactus Ropes, Carroll Original Wear, CKM&D, John Corky Heinzelin, John Wayne and American Experience, Lucchese Bootmaker, Old Glory Hat Company, Resist All, Rodeo Austin, STS Ranchwear, The Buck and Flamingo, Mr. and Mrs. Jerry Winchester, Woodward Elks Rodeo, and Wrangler. And our patron sponsors, Jim and Kathy Blevins, Enhanced Wound Care, Flying U Rodeo, Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, the National Cowgirl Museum, and the Hall of Fame, Mike and Jill Thorne, and of course, Yeti. Thank you for your kindness, your unwavering passion for preserving and celebrating the rich traditions of rodeo.
We would also like to extend our heartfelt thanks to a wonderful group of donors that provide year-round support and are instrumental in ensuring the museum has operating stability to carry out our mission and bring our programs to life. I'd like to extend a special thank you to our partners, Devon Energy Corporation, E.L. and Thelma Gaylord Foundation, and major support from the True Foundation.
We also want to thank our esteemed board members this evening. Your presence is deeply valued, and we are grateful for your ongoing support and leadership. Please help me welcome 2019 National Rodeo Hall of Fame inductee and Rodeo Historical Society President, Rob Smets, to the stage to lead us in the invocation.
Good evening, everybody. Dear Heavenly Father, we give thanks tonight. We give thanks for the opportunity to bring us all here together, for the safe travel that you've bestowed upon us, and we ask for the safe travel to take us back home. Father, we'd ask that you have blessings on the people that prepared this meal for us. We give thanks for that. And dear Lord, We thank you more than anything for the opportunity of the salvation that you've bestowed upon all of us, that all we've got to do is turn around and ask you to come into our life. Father, we ask that you bless this food and its nourishment. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Rob. As we honor the enduring spirit of the American West and celebrate the remarkable achievements in rodeo, we also want to pause to recognize those whose courage and service protect the freedoms we hold dear. At this time, we'd like to ask all veterans and active duty service members in attendance to please stand. Your dedication and sacrifice mean the world to us, and we thank you deeply and sincerely for your service. At this time, please rise for the performance of our national anthem by Associate Board Member Doug Wade.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, when the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. As dinner is served, we invite you to revisit the silent auction tables. Don't miss your chance to place those final bids. The auction will officially close at 6:30 p.m. Following dinner, we'll kick off tonight's awards program. Enjoy your meal.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for this evening, 2012 National Rodeo Hall of Fame inductee and PRCA All-Around World Champion, Dave Appleton, and 1998 Tad Lucas honoree and WPRA World Champion breakaway roper, Pam Minnick.
Woo!
Hello.
Howdy, everyone. It is so good to be back here and so good to see this sold-out house. Give yourselves a round of applause. This is amazing. 600 people to be here and witness our Rodeo Historical Society, Rodeo Hall of Fame honorees, and both Dave and I are proud to have led the organization, and we'll talk more about RHS through the evening. But first, we have to go with our normal thing that we do.
Oh, yeah.
Hang
on.
We like to remember all of you, and so you have to be a part of our picture. So
if you wish somebody, remember that thing on ESPN. If it's the wrong person, turn around.
Duck. Okay, you're all a part of history with us tonight. Thank you so much.
All right, a couple of housekeeping notes. Over here, right here on the stage to the right, you'll see the saddle. If you would like to support the Great Hall, remember, the saddle board is open. There's $100 a ticket. Some saddle boards tickets are still open. So please make sure you go over and have a chance to bid. Buy often, because $100 can get you a great commemorative saddle.
Our friends at Cactus Saddlery just sent that to us. It's got the beautiful National Rodeo Hall of Fame logo on it. So even if you're not a Hall of Famer, if you win the saddle, you can pretend like you were.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah.
can come over the house and say,
$100.
check out what I just won. I
Nice
just got
saddle
inducted.
for $100. Okay, saddle board over here. Don't forget throughout the night. All right.
One
go.
other thing. How about the meal? Let's have a great round of applause to the staff here at the National Western and Cowboy Heritage, Western Heritage Museum. Such a great job. Fantastic. And before we get started, I do have one more housekeeping note. It is so great to have this lady back on stage. Last year, she took a hiatus. She had a little fight going on, and darling, it is so great to have
Last
you
year, my
back.
hair looked like Doug Wade. So this is what I got. Thanks, Doug.
Thank God for Pam.
Thanks for all your prayers. I appreciate it.
All right, on with the show. We've messed this up already enough. On behalf of the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum and the Rodeo Historical Society, it is truly a pleasure to welcome you here this evening. Tonight, we proudly celebrate 70 years of honoring and preserving the legends of rodeo through this induction into the National Rodeo Hall of Fame with a distinction, that transcends age, background, discipline, and recognizing excellence across the entire rodeo community.
But as we reflect on the legacy of the National Rodeo Hall of Fame and those who have shaped its history, we also take a moment to honor those inductees who have sadly passed away over the past year. Their contributions continue to impact, to inspire the sport and the community, and they will never be forgotten. Sammy Fancher Thurman Brackenberry, Mike Servey, Roy Cooper, Bill Duvall, Bill Goodtime Fedderson, Bob Funk Sr., Kay Gay, Tom Hayward, Lydia Moore, Mel Potter, Jack Roddy, Cody Bill Smith, and Florence Price Urey. Please join us in a moment of silence as we remember these remarkable individuals.
Thank you all. In addition to welcoming the new members into the National Rodeo Hall of Fame tonight, we also celebrate the recipients of several distinguished honors and awards, including the Tad Lucas Memorial Award, the Ben Johnson Memorial Award, and the Director's Choice Award. These recognitions highlight those individuals whose contributions to rodeo extend well outside the arena. And throughout the ceremony tonight, a photographer will be on stage to capture all the images of each inductee and each honoree as they accept their medallion and their buckle. Following the program, we will ask all of the inductees to please come back to the main stage for one great commemorative class photo.
Assisting with tonight's ceremony are three delightful young ladies. Please welcome Miss Rodeo, Oklahoma teen Lana Carter, Miss Rodeo, Oklahoma Princess Natalie Goodereis. I said I was going to say it perfectly. And Miss Rodeo, Oklahoma 2026 Landry Layton. Thank you, ladies. To help us present our first award this evening, we're pleased to welcome a familiar face to the stage. He's the 2022 Director's Choice Award recipient, and he's not only a longtime supporter of the National Rodeo Hall of Fame, but he's also the creative force behind the powerful inductee videos that you'll see throughout tonight's program. His storytelling brings each honoree's journey to life, and we're grateful for his talent and dedication. Please join me in welcoming our friend, Jeff Metters.
In his Academy Award-winning role as Sam the Lion, Ben Johnson Jr. portrayed a man of integrity, someone who stood up for others no matter the cost. Off-screen, he lived by those same values: grit, humility, and an unwavering commitment to the cowboy code. From champion roper to Hollywood icon, Ben Johnson embodied the spirit of the West. Each year, the Ben Johnson Memorial Award is presented to an individual who reflects these same ideals. This honor is especially meaningful because it's voted on by a committee that includes past recipients of the award, those who understand firsthand what it means to live a life of purpose, character, and contribution to the rodeo and the Western way of life. Our first honoree has dedicated his life to rodeo and service, from the arena to the boardroom, and from supporting youth to preserving heritage. HUD's impact spans generations. Let's take a closer look at his remarkable journey.
Born in Houston, Texas, Michael Hud Hudson found his calling in the rodeo arena by 7th grade and never looked back. A proud Bearcat, Hudson rode for the Sam Houston State Rodeo Team before serving 6 years in the Texas Army National Guard Airborne Infantry. For over 40 years, he built a successful career in animal health sales and even repped rodeo for the Adolph Coors Company's sports marketing division. But Hudson's true legacy? Service. From the Rodeo Historical Society to the Texas Rodeo Cowboy Hall of Fame, he championed rodeo's past and future. He launched rodeos for children with special needs, helped fund scholarships, and served nearly 30 years with the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. A PRCA Gold Card member and a proud Tejas Vaquero, Hud Hudson's life is a tribute to Western heritage, service, and heart.
Please help me welcome my friend and 2025 Ben Johnson Memorial Award recipient, Mike Hud Hudson.
Hello. This ain't as easy as it looks. I'd like to congratulate the rest of the class of 2025. I'm very proud to be a part of that, included as part of your class. I would like to thank the past recipients of the Ben Johnson Memorial Award for voting for me. For this very prestigious award, I'm very humble and proud to be chosen to take my place among many of my friends and heroes who have been chosen for this award since it was first awarded in 1998. I'm lucky enough to have personally known 24 of the 27 men that have been chosen for this very honored award. I also knew 6 of the 9 men who established the Ben Johnson Memorial Award that was created to honor the life and character of a world champion cowboy, film actor, and philanthropist, Ben Johnson Jr. This award is something that I do not take lightly as I continue to live it on a daily basis. I would also like to recognize the Rodeo Historical Society and its board of directors for the job they do to help preserve the history and the people involved in rodeo through the years so they can be recognized and not forgotten. I want to recognize some people that I hold a special place in my heart. I've known these people over half my life. They're basically rodeo family. These men have helped me with different things, situations, some good, some bad. Kind of like coloring inside the lines and some occasions way outside the lines. So we're not going to go through all of it, but they are as follows: Bob Tallman, Phil Line, Dave Alfreton, John Macbeth, Trevor Bazell, Kelly Riley, Doug Clark, Brian Painter, Larry Jordan, Bobby Brown, Jack Ward, Bobby Del Vecchio, Mike Bandy, Butch Kirby, Monty Henson, Ted T-Bone Clark, J.C. Trujillo, David Allen, Marvin Paul Shoulders, Trace Moore, Bronk Jones, Curtis Gray, Lynn Given, Mr. Sean Davis, and Paul Mayo and John Edwards. Some of these individuals have passed away, but I felt like I needed to include them because they were part of the family. As for my occupation, I've worked in veterinary pharmaceutical sales for about 48 years. The past 25, I've sold equine-only products and called on all the high-end and performance equine veterinarians in Texas and Oklahoma, as well as the teaching colleges at Texas A&M, and you might have heard of them. They got a pretty good football team. Them, Oklahoma State. Through the last 25 years, I've met and worked with some of the best lameness and equine reproduction practitioners in both states, probably some of the best in the country. I have friendships with the veterinarians I've called on for years, and they're here tonight. A few of them I'd like to recognize is Hadley Whiting from Decatur, Texas. He's a partner with Josh Harvey at Outlaw Equine. Also in attendance tonight is Dr. Dixon Borner, equine reproduction specialist, who was at Texas A&M, now at the New Vet School at Texas Tech in Amarillo, as well as Dr. Joe Noble is with us. He practices in Purcell. His practice deals with lameness issues as well as equine reproduction. I could go on. There's not enough time. I'd like to mention a few men that are here tonight to support my efforts. I'm a proud member of the organization, the Tejas Vaqueros. It's an organization of men that truly believe the values of Western heritage and our Western way of life. Last but not least, I'd like to recognize my wife, Kimberly, alias the Warden. We were married 34 years in September, so I guess she's staying around, I don't know. And my son, Tanner Cole Hudson. I'm very proud of both of them. Love you too. I'm done. I will leave you all with one thing everybody should try and remember. I truly believe that the privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. Thank all of you for tuning.
So with all the vets that are here, I guess if we're in a jam, we could say, is there a doctor in the house? And there would be a big gathering of veterinary minds. So thank you all for being with us. The Tad Lucas Memorial Award honors women who embodied the fearless spirit, innovation, and unwavering courage of the legendary Tad Lucas, a name revered across generations of cowboys and cowgirls. This deeply meaningful award is selected each year by the Lucas family, ensuring that Tad's legacy continues through those who reflect her extraordinary career. I'm proud to say that I'm a Tad Lucas Award recipient in the past, and I know there are several others in the room. Our next honoree roped her way into history, earning 8 WPRA world titles and helping bring women's rodeo to center stage. Let's take a look at the legacy of this lady trailblazer.
Before she could read, Lari D. Guy was roping on her family's ranch near Abilene, Texas. By age 9, she was winning, and she just never stopped. With 11 American Junior Rodeo Association world titles and 2 national college championships, Guy quickly became a force in the arena. She's now one of the winningest ropers in history. 8 WPRA world titles across breakaway, heading and heeling, plus the all-around crown in 2014. But her legacy goes far beyond the arena. Guy founded the Rope Like a Girl movement and has taught thousands of ropers across North America, Sweden, and Australia. Her leadership helped bring breakaway roping to the spotlight, proving women's rodeo belongs center stage. Inducted into both the Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame and the National Cowgirl Museum, Guy continues to shape the sport, one rope, one rider, one future at a time.
Please help me welcome the 2025 Tad Lucas Memorial Award recipient, Lari D. Guy.
Wow. Did y'all see that barrel racing picture in there? Okay. Hey, it's a true honor to accept the Tad Lucas Award. and I am deeply mindful of the legacy this name represents. Tad Lucas didn't just ride broncs. She rode through every limit set in front of her. She showed us what was possible for women in rodeo, not by talking about it, but by doing it. And that's the spirit I've tried to carry in my own journey. I've been roping and rodeoing my whole life. When I started breakaway roping, it wasn't on the big stages, and it wasn't in the spotlight, but we worked just as hard, we showed up, and we trained just as long as we knew the value of the event and the value of the women competing in it. Over the years, we made progress. Breakaway roping, it's growing. It's gaining ground, and I'm grateful to be a part of that alongside so many others who believed in it from the beginning. But we also know there's more we can do together to keep moving the industry forward. And it's not about changing what makes rodeo great. It's about honoring the tradition that makes sure that everyone who has earned a place in the arena has one. It's about giving young girls a clear path, not just to compete, but to belong. I've devoted a portion of my career to teaching, sharing, and empowering the next generation to chase their dreams. Because when you have been given a platform, you don't just stand on it, you help build the next one. Tad Lucas did that. She opened doors, not just with talent, but with courage. She carried herself with pride, grace, and grit. And I hope in some small way I have done the same. And to all you young women out there, do not doubt your place in the story. Keep showing up. Keep working hard. There's room for you in the Western way of life, and your presence makes it stronger. I want to thank the Riley family and the Hall of Fame for this honor, and my friends and my family, and all the women who came before me, the women like Tad Lucas, who did not just ride for themselves. They rode so the rest of us could follow. And I hope that I can do that same and leave the path a little wider behind me. Thank you guys so much.
You know, Larry D mentioned the Riley family. Kelly Riley is with us, a past president of RHS, and his grandmother, Tad Lucas, who this award is named after, was one of the original members of the Rodeo Historical Society and original honorees here in this fabulous museum.
Just look for the most sharp, dapper-dressed man, and there's KR. It's my pleasure now to introduce the Director's Choice Award. This special honor is not presented annually, but rather it is awarded with thoughtful consideration by the Rodeo Historical Society Board. The Board of Directors thinks carefully they should select an individual whose contributions stand out clearly. This year's recipient exemplifies that. From a Vietnam veteran to a rodeo entertainer, this award recipient's journey is one of grit, humor, and heart. As a PRCA Clown of the Year and a longtime NFR saddle horse boss, he brought joy to arenas across North America. Let's take a look at the legacy that he continues to build.
Born a twin in Orange, California, John Taylor's journey from animal science student to rodeo legend is anything but ordinary. After earning his degree in animal business management, John served his country in Vietnam, then took center stage in the rodeo world as a barrelman with the iconic Cotton Rosser. A PRCA cardholder since 1970, Taylor worked the National Finals Rodeo 3 times, the Canadian Finals 17 times, and countless others across circuits and associations. Named the PRCA Clown of the Year in 1981, Taylor's favorite sidekick was Snort, a horse he joked hauls well, doesn't eat much, and never gets sick. From national TV to local expos, Taylor brought joy wherever he went. He even served as saddle horse boss at the NFR for over 30 years. Now living in Filer, Idaho, Taylor continues to support the sport alongside his son, passing on a legacy of laughter, loyalty, and love for rodeo.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2025 Director's Choice Award recipient, John Snort Taylor.
Just pull that thing right there. Yeah, this is the first time you haven't spooked a saddle horse in the arena, have you?
No, this is like a Mercedes. Well, I want to say, friends, relatives, and 1925 inductees. And I want to first, this is like an Oscar. And I want to thank the board of directors for selecting me as their candidate. And this means a lot to me. This is more than history and rodeo, what I've done in my past, future, and I appreciate every minute of it and make people laugh. And that's the enjoyment. The only thing about rodeo that I miss is the people that I've met through my rodeo career. That's the people. And today I seen so many people that I knew. God darn, they're getting old. But I appreciate it and everything. And the Lord Jesus Christ is my Savior. This helped me through this deal. And most of all, I can't forget my wife, Dottie. 47 years of marriage. Dot, she has went to every rodeo that I did. And if I had to get on an airplane, she'd be the next rodeo to pick me up. And she's my savior, my friend, and my wife. And to this day, thank you very much, folks.
John, Dave and I say that a lot. When we first started emceeing this Rodeo Hall of Fame, we were the young kids, and everybody here were people that we had grown up watching and idolizing, and now it's the generation behind us that is being honored, and we say the same thing, said, wow, they're all getting old.
Real old.
Congratulations, John.
John's got the handle of this thing. I mean...
Yeah.
I see a comeback.
Yeah, skid marks and airbags. I see that coming. Yeah. Here to assist with the next part of our show, please help me welcome Anita LaCava Swift, rodeo chairman, to the stage.
Before we kick off the live auction tonight, I wanted to take a moment to share some exciting developments that your support tonight make possible. We're proud to be launching a junior rodeo membership, a new initiative designed to engage the next generation in the sport we all love. This program will not only deepen their connection to rodeo, but also help young participants become eligible for scholarships through the National High School Rodeo Association. It's about creating pathways for youth to grow in the sport and ensuring that rodeo's future is as strong as its past. Your participation in tonight's auction directly fuels projects like this and helps us bring transformative experience to life for all ages. One of those major projects is the renovation of the American Rodeo Gallery. This isn't just a facelift, It's a full reimagining of how we tell the story of rodeo. Let's see more. As you can see, the new space will be immersive and high energy, anchored by a suspended four-sided jumbotron broadcasting the thrill of competition with synchronized video, live scoring, and LED sponsor bands. A 24-screen video wall will surround visitors with cinematic sequences, slow-motion rides, sweeping Western landscapes, and rare archival footage, turning the gallery into a multi-sensory celebration of the Western life. This renovation, which you've all been working towards, is an investment in the legacy. Rodeo is a living expression of courage, grit, and community. And it deserves a space that reflects its power and spirit. By blending history with innovation, will inspire future generations to understand and value the traditions that shaped the American West. Your generosity tonight ensures that we carry this story forward, honoring the legends who built it, engaging the youth who will inherit it, and keeping the heart of the West alive for generations to come. Please help me welcome to the stage our auctioneer this evening, former State Representative Don Arms.
Are you ready, big boy?
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a great lineup of items. As you all know, we've been doing this a long time. I tried to retire a few years ago and you wouldn't let me, so.
Never.
I guess, what do you do? Pam says, no, you're not quitting.
So how many of you have been to an auction before? Raise your hand.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, you got step one done.
Probably nobody in this crowd.
Yeah.
Surely not.
Are we ready?
We are ready, but I'll tell you what I want to do. Dave, I appreciate the intro and all, but I want to introduce some ring people tonight. We brought some great spotters tonight. First of all, I've got my good friend from Lawton, Oklahoma, Mr. Sean Fletcher. He's right there coming to my left. Sean is one of the best ring men I've ever seen. You'll get this when you see him. We call him Nightlinger. He'll get here in a minute when you can see him and you'll understand what I mean. No, you need to hurry up, Sean. He's not that old. He's a lot younger than I am. And also on my left, we've got our great friend, Coach Doug Sauter, Express Ranches. And Doug, I'll tell you what, Doug's been a friend a long time. You've never lived until you've been on a Canadian trip with Doug Sauter, which I got to do a few years ago, and it was phenomenal. He took us around to Wainwright and all the chuck wagon races and all that. Doug's also featured this month on Oklahoma Horses Magazine on the cover. So quite a horseman. He's been a lot of the force behind the Clydesdales at Express Ranches for years and years, coached the Oklahoma City Blazers hockey team, and just a good human being. So thank you, Doug, for being here tonight.
But heck, can he get money out of this crowd?
You watch him.
Okay, just checking.
He's going to put the Canadian slip on him, I'll tell you right now. Now listen, Sean, now that's not down there for sitting. Tonight I've got a really special deal for you. And when Joey said, I want you to bring ring men, I said, or spotters, I said, okay. So I ran into a young lady, a lady at Leadership Oklahoma here a few weeks ago, and she said, my daughter is the two-time state champion Oklahoma FFA auctioneer. Woo! Yeah. And so this young lady, the FFA has a new contest area teaching auctioneers and ringmen. It's brand new. I was an ag teacher in the 80s and early 90s, and I'm thinking shame on us for not starting that contest. We judge meat, we judge livestock, we teach speeches, we do all the things. We never thought about teaching auctioneers. So tonight, we have a young lady named Logan Snyder. She's two-time state champion auctioneer for the state of Oklahoma FFA. So Logan, thank you. Logan goes to Chisholm High School out in Enid, Oklahoma, and she's going to light it up tonight. I may even, if the mood strikes me, I may have her come up and sell an item. How about that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
We promote youth rodeo in this room. We promote youth everything, so let's promote youth auctioneers. I think it's an awesome deal. And ladies. Nothing wrong with ladies, Pam. Nothing wrong with ladies. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a great lineup for you. Dave, what's our first item tonight?
2 lower-level tickets to the Sunday night performance of this year's National Finals Rodeo. For those that aren't sure what day that is Sunday night, the 7th of December. They are donated by Flying U Rodeo. And if they're Flying U tickets, they are premium, lower-level Sunday night performance number 4 at this year's National Finals Rodeo.
Not the cheap seats. Not the cheap seats. Ladies and gentlemen, the auction's on. Here we go. Tell me something here. All right, let's go. Here we go. Item number 1, National Finals Rodeo tickets, and good seats they are. Set us along what are going to give. All right, tell me now. All right, you bet. Here we go. Set us along. Who get 500 where? 500 bid. Get them 5. I'll get 5. 7.5. Going to be 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. Going to be 7.5. Going to be 7.5. 7.5. 7,500. 1,000. Let me get on 5. I'll get 1,000. We'll get 1,000. I'm 7,500. 1,000 at 12.50. And 1,200 bid out 12 at 12 at 12 at 12.50. I'm 1,000 bid. I get him on 12 at 1,000. Sean going to be 12.50. I'm 1,000. I get him on 12 at 12 at 12 at 15. I'm 12 at half. Going to be 1,500. 12 at half. Going to be 1,500 bid. Now, 1,500 about 15 now. I got Doug at 15. Now 17.5. 17.5. Now 2,000, Doug. 2,000 to you. And 2,000 bid. I get 2. Now 22.50. And 22 bid down. 25. 5. 25, Doug. 2,500 your way. 2,500 bid. Now get him on 25. Now 25 now. Now 27.5. Sean going to be 27.50. Now 3. Now 3,000 bid. Get him on 3. What do you 3? What do you 3,000 bid? Get him on 3. What do you 3? I'm 3,000 now. 3,500. Give me 35, Sean. Come on. 35. Let's lock it up. 35. Now 4,000. Now 4,000 bid. Get him 4. What do you 4? 4,000 bid. Get him all. Take 30. I got 4. Now 4,500. And 4,500 bid. Now 45. Now 45. Now 5,000. 5,000, Doug. That'll be 5,000 bid. Get him 5. What do you 5? What do you 5,000 bid? Get him 5. Would you get 5,000? No. Would you 5,000? Now 52.50, Sean. Now 52. Now 52. 50. 52 and a half. What do you 52 and a half? Did you do 52.50? Now 5,500 your way. 5,500. 5,500. I got 52 and a half. Give me 55. I'm going to hit 52 and a half. 55. Now 57 and a half, Sean. 57 and a half. 57 and a half. Would you do it? 57 and a half one time. Would you give 57.50? 57.50. 57.50. Got 55 with Doug. Going to be 57 and a half. 57 and a half. 57 and a half. 57 and a half anywhere. 57 and a half. I'll take 56 one time, and I got to go. 5,600. 5,600. I believe it would. 56 said no. Sold it your way, Doug Sauter, at 5,500. How's it go?
Thank you very much.
Grab us a name, Doug, if you would.
Get us the name of that
Find
buyer.
us a name there. Who's the buyer?
Number 48.
Number 48. Thank you very much. Number 48.
Okay, item number 2. President of the Rodeo Historical Society. This man has sold more than you can imagine. He's done so much and gave so much back. This is a great deer hunt for one person for 2.5 days, all meals including lodging, and it's donated by the 406 Ranch. The man that got the package is Rob Smets, and he's going to talk all about it.
Come on, Rob. Tell us.
Dr. Marcus Farmer down there in Bigfoot, Texas. You can fly right into San Antonio. 45 minutes, you can be on the ranch. When we put the picture up here, rather than looking at us, there's a buck. Deer season opened last week down here. That's one of the bucks that's on the ranch right now. That they harvested 3 or 4 of them last weekend, opening weekend. That one's still at large, along with some of his other running buddies, and it's a heck of a hunt. And the doc takes first class on everything down there. It'll be really good. 2.5 days. They got a casitas right there. You won't be treated any better. And like I said, it's not 45 minutes from San Antonio Airport down there to the place. And you can, so if you want to fly in, you can do that. And this is going to be a good hunt.
I'll tell you what, you bet. Thank you, Rob. I'll tell you what, just that picture kind of got me excited. That's a pretty nice deer, and I bet there's a whole lot more than that down there. All right, guys, here we go. Set us along. Item number 2 on the deer hunt. What are you going to give? Talk to me now. And a great experience, and that's what this is about. Lots of great experiences. Here we go. What are you going to give? Talk to me now, guys. Set us along. Who'll give 2,000 to start it? Who'll give 2,000 where? And 2,000 a bit. Get them on do 2,000 a bit. Get them on do 2,000. Who'll give? All right. Let's all skate. Who'll give $1,000? 1,000 where? 1,000 to make it 1,000 to make it 1,000 to make it 1,000. We give $1,000. $1,000 to get 1,000. Now 15. I'm 1,000 to get them 1,500 to buy. I'm 1,000. 15. That 2. That 2,000 to get them on do 2,000. Now 25. Now 25. Now 25. 2,000. Now 25. I'm 2,000. Now 25. Now 3 grand. 3 grand. 35. Now 3,500. Now 3,500 to buy. Get them 35. Now 4. 4,000. 4,000. Would you? 4,000 to get them 4,000 to buy. I'm 3,500. Would you 4? 3,500 to I'm bid at 3,500. Would you 4,000? Would you? Did you say yes? 4, now 45. Now 45 a bit. Now get on 45 to buy. Will you 45? Will you 4,500? 4,500 a bit. Now will you 4,500? I'm on 4,000 to 45 to 5,000. 5,000. 5,000 where? I get a 5,000 a bit. Now will you 5,000 to buy? Get them on 5. Will you 5,000? 500. That'll give it 1,000 better than 5,000. I get 4,500 to 5,000. I'm 4,500. We give 47.5 anywhere. 47.50. 47.5. 47.5. 47.5, would you? 47.5, got to go. Hammers up. 47.50, 47.50, 47.5, got 4,500 at 47.5, would you go? 47.5, got to go. Hammers up. Sold it, 4,500. Sean, your way. Sean, your way. You bet. Give him a round of applause. 37's the buyer. Thank you, guys. 37. We appreciate it.
Okay, auction item number 3. Guys, Christmas is not far away, so if you haven't thought about what you might buy your wife, your mother, your daughter, or any of your significant others, a beautiful Southwestern handcrafted cuff bracelet. The materials are sterling silver and 14-karat yellow rose and green gold, and it's made by none other than the great Gist silversmiths. And if you've ever seen any Gist work, it is a classless, timeless piece. It is over there in the case, so we have this beautiful handcrafted cuff bracelet.
All right, thank you, Dave. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. What are you going to give? Talk to me now. You want to look good or her to look good? Here's your chance. Set us along here. All right, what are you going to give? Talk to me now on the great bracelet, guys. What are you going to give? And who'll give 500 where? 500 bid. I get on 5. I get 5. Thank you. 7.5. I got 5 right there. 7.5. Going to be 7.5. 7.5. 5. 7.5. I'm 5 now. 7.5. 7.5. Thank you. Now 1,000. 7.5. Going to be 1,000. Begin 1,000. Now 1,250. Logan, you're out. 1,250. 12.5. Now 1,500. 1,500 bid. Now what do you 1,500 buy? I get him 1,500 bid. Now 1,500. I got 17 or 12.5. Going to be 1,500. I got 12.5 with Logan. Going to be 1,500 where? 1,500. 1,500's all. I got 12.5. Going to be 1,500. Would you do it? 1,500 bid. Now get him on 1,500 buy. 50. Thank you. Now 17.5. Now 17.5. Logan, your man's out. 17.50. And 17.5. Going to be 17.5. 17.5. 17.5. I got 50. Up there. 17.5. Now 2. Now 2,000 bid. I get him on 2,000 bid. I get him on 2,000. I get him on 2. And 2,000. I got 17.5. Give me 1,800. Come on. 1,800 bid. Now what do you have? 1,800 buy. What do you have? 18. 1,800. 1,800. Got 17.5 here. Going to be 1,800. 1,800. Appreciate the help. 17.5. Going to be 18. Logan, I'm with you at 17.50, right? And I mean Sean. Sorry, Sean. I'm sorry. I'm with Sean. 17.5. Now 1,800 where? 1,800 would you? 1,800 bid. Now would you have 1,800 buy? Get him 1,800. Would you give 1,800? 1,800. Got 17.5 with Sean's man. 1,800 said no. Sold it your way, Sean. 17.50. $23's the buyer. Number 23. Thank you.
Thank you very much, bidder number 23. Okay, auction item number 4. Everybody needs a 100X Resisto felt hat, and you also get a great hat pack. That's that big backpack. Yeah. You can throw it in there. You can put your laptop in there. You put your hat in there. Nothing gets messed up. It's been donated by our great folks from Resistol Hats in Garland. Now, here's the best part. You don't have to be fussy with this 100X. The quality's going to be there in black, dun, silver beaver, buckskin, or chocolate. And then we talked about that great hat pack, so whenever you're traveling, your hat will never get messed up. 100X, ladies, guys, can't beat out a good Resistol when it's 100X.
All right, Dave Appleton says you need this hat. That means you need this hat. Here we go. Set us long. $1,000 square. $1,000 bid. Get 1,000. I get 1,000. Who get 1,000? I get 1,000. I get 1,000. And 1,000 bid. I get 1,000. 1,500. 1,000 bid. I get them 1,500 buy 1,015. I'm 1,000 bid. I get them 1,500 buy. I'm 1,000 now 15. I'll take 12 and a half one time. I got 1,000. Now 1,250 and 1,200 now 12. I get 12 now 12. What do you give it? 1,250. I got 1,000 now 1,250. I'm with Sean at 1,000. Now 12 and a half and 1,200 now 12 now 12 now 12 now 12 now. What do you give it? 1,250. 1,200 bid. Now 12 and a buy. Get on 12 now 12 and a half. 12 and a half. I get 12 and a half. Now 15. Now 1,500 where? I got 1,250. I'm bid at 12 and a half. 1,500 bid. Now 1,500 buy. What do you 15? I'm 12 and a half. 15. 12 and a half. 15. 12 and a half. Now 15 and a half. 12 and a half. Now 1,500. 12 and a half. What do you 1,500 bid? Now get them on 12 and a half. Got to be 15. I'm 12 and a half. Now 1,500 with John. There's 15. Thank you. 17 and a half. Got to be 1,750 and 1750 bid. Now get them on 17. I got to be 1750. I'm 15. Now 17 and a half. Now 2,000. Now 2,000 bid. Now get them on 2,000 bid. Get them 2. I'm 17 and a half. Going to be 2,000 bid. 2. Now 2,250 and what do you do? 2,500 and 2,500 bid. Now get them on 25. Get them on 25. What do you give 25 bid? Now get them on 25. Get them on 22.5. 22.5. 22.50. Now 500. 22.5 bid. Now 500. 22.5. 22.5. What do you give 500? 25. I got 25. Thank you. Now 7.5. Now 27.5. Got to be 27.5. Would you? 27.50. 27.5. Going to be 27.5. 27.5. Going to be 27.5. What do you have? 27.5. Now 3,000. 3,000 bid. Now get them. That's a good hat, guys. 3,000. 3,000. 3,000 and 3,000. I get 27.5. Going to be 3,000. I'll take 28. 2,800. Do that. 2,800. Now 9. Now 9. Going to be 29. 9. 9. 9. 9. 29. 28. 9. 28. 9. 28. 9. What do you have? 2,800 bid. Now what do you have? 2,900. Now 3. Now 3. Sir, you're out again. Going to be 3,000. I got 2,900 bid. I'm bid at 29. What do you 3? I'm bid at 29. What do you 3,000 bid? I get them on 3. What do you 3? What do you 3,000's all? 3,000. Said no. Sold it your way. 2,900. 2,900. Buyer number 37 buys again. Thank you all so much. We appreciate it.
Okay, I know a little something about this next package. This is the Experience Fort Worth Stockyards, and you start with a $1,500 gift certificate from Lucchese. Dave Appleton's daughter, Fallon, happens to be a part of the Lucchese family. They are the official boot of the Dallas Cowboys. Love them or hate them, they make great boots. Then you'll go to the John Wayne American Experience, and you saw Anita up here talking about what they're going to do to reimagine the rodeo gallery here. You should see what they've done in Fort Worth, Texas with all the collection of John Wayne. That family has really put something together, and if you haven't seen the John Wayne American Experience, this is your chance. Then you'll go to the Fort Worth Stock Show and have 4 tickets to the Fort Worth Stock Show. Your package says there's 2 tickets to Billy Bob's Texas, but I happen to know a guy, and we'll make sure that you've got 4 tickets to Billy Bob's to go with your 4 tickets to the Stock Show. Basically, it's Lucchese, John Wayne, Fort Worth Stock Show, Billy Bob's Texas, the way to do Fort Worth.
Absolutely. Yeah, you do know a guy. Absolutely, you know a guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Billy Bob's package, Fort Worth package right here. It's a great package right there. You got 4 tickets now, thanks to Pam. I'll tell you what a great time. If you hadn't been down there, you need to go. It's a phenomenal experience. Lots of great things to do, just a blast. It's an absolute. We can actually, from Oklahoma City, I don't know if you still can, but you could ride the train down there. And that was really fun. We actually did that one time. Rode the train to Fort Worth from Oklahoma City, which is a hoot because you just.
And no TSA problems.
No TSA problems at all. No TSA. I don't know if you can carry a gun.
And remember, this is a 501c3, so you could be out on the town partying, rodeoing, wearing new Lucchese boots, going to Billy Bob's, and someone says, "What are you here for?" "Oh, I'm helping my accountant out."
That's exactly right. Yeah, need a little ride off. Here you go. All right, set us along here. What are you going to give? Talk to me now, guys. We'll get 3,000 started. 3,000 where? Ain't 3,000 a bid. Get them on 3,000. I get them on 3. What do you $3,000? Ain't 3,000 a bid. Get them on 3,000. I get them on 3. What do you get? 3,000. All right, let's play. Who'll give 2? Who'll give 2,000 where? 2,000 a bid. Get them. I got 2. Thank you, Logan. Now 25. I got 2,000 a bid. I get them on 25 to buy. Now 2. Now 25. I'm 2,000 a bid. Now what do you give? 2,500 to buy. I'm bid 2,000. What do you give? 2,500 to bid. Now 2,000. I get them in 25. Would you? 2,000. Now 25. I got to be 25. Now 3. Now 3. Logan, your man's out. 3,000. 25 to bid. Now 3. Now 35. Sean. 35. 35 on the bid. Now get them on 35, 35, 35. Give you 3,500, 3,500, 4,000, 4,000 to you, and 4,000 bid. Get them $44,000 bid now. 4,000. Get them on 4,000. I'll tell you what. I'll take 37.50, Logan. See if they'll do that. 37.5. 37.5. That helps a little, doesn't it? 37.50. 37.5. Going to be 37 now. 37.5. Going to be 37 now. I got 35 bid. Now 37.5. I got 35 with Sean. Going to be 37.5. Take 36, Logan. Try them again. 36. Don't you quit, honey. 36. 36. Don't let them out that easy. 3,600. 35 now. 36. 36. 36. The other side's getting weak. Said no. Sold it your way, Sean. $3,500. Thank you. Stairs over here. 506. Thank you.
All right, auction item number 6.
Oh, I'm good. I got some. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Another one. How about a 500X donated by our good friends at American Hat? Another great hat maker, just like Resisto. This is an American Hat. As you look and see all the stickers, Keith Maddox, the founder, nothing but positive. Oh, there you go. Positive times right there. And that lady knows something about positive times. All right, a 500X American Hat.
And I promised you a young state champion auctioneer. How about that? How about a hand for Logan Snyder? Logan, sell this item, honey.
Thank you.
Are you passing the gavel?
I'll pass the gavel if she wants. I don't even know if she knows how to use a gavel, Dave.
Thank you.
Just rap on that thing.
All right. $1,000. $1,000. You got to be 1,000, but to give 1,000. $1,000. You got to be 1,000, but to give 1,000. 1,000. Now 1,250. You got to be 50, but to give 50, but to give 1,250. 1,250. Now 15. 1,500. You got to be 15, but to give 15, but to give 1,500, but to give 15. 15. Now 1,750. 1,750. Too slow this side. 1,750. Now 2. You got to be 2, but to give 2,000. 2,000. Now 2,250. 2,250. Now 2,500. 2,500. 2,500. Now 2,750, but to give 50, but to give 50. 2,750. You got to be 50. 2,750. Now 3. You got to be 3, but to give 300. 300, not 3,250, 3,250, not 3,500, 3,500, not 3,750, but to give 375, 3,750, 3,750, you gotta be 50, but to give 3,750, 3,750, but to give 3,750, but to give 3,750, but to give 3,750, 3,600, 3,600, you gotta be 36, 36. Not 36.50. 36.50, you gotta be 50, but to give 50, but to give 36.50, but to give 36.50. 50, you gotta be 50, but to give 50, but to give 50, but to give 50. 36 over here, you gotta be 36.50, but to give 50, but to give 50, but to give 50, but to give 36.50. Don't quit me now, 36.50. 36.50, you gotta be 50, but to give 50, but to give 50, but to give 50. 50. 4,000. Thank you very much. Now 4,100. 4,100. You got to be 41, but to give 41, but to give 4,100. 4,100, but to give 41, but to give 41, but to give 4,100. 4,100. You got to be 41, but to give 41, but to give 4,100, but to give 4,100. 4,100. 4,100 all in and all done. 4,100, but to give 41, but to give 41, but to give 41. 41, you got to be 41.50. 41.50, you got to be 50, but to get 50, but to get 41.50. 41.50, you got to be 50, but to get 50, but to get 41.50. It's only money, 41.50. 50, not 50, you got to be 50, but to get 50, but to get 41.50. 50, 50, 50, but to get 41.50, but to get 50, but to get 50. 41.50, but to get 50, but to get 50, but to get 50, but to get 41.50, but to get 41. 41, you got to be 41.50. 41 over here, you got to be 41.50.
4,000 live. We missed a guy here, so 4,000's the money. Ask for 41.
4,000's the money, not 41. 41, you got to be 41, but to get 41, but to get 41. 41, you got to be 41. 4,000, not 41. 41, but to get 41, but to get 41, but to get 41, but to get 41. 41, not 41.50. 41.50, but to get 50, but to get 50, but to get 41.50, but to get 50, but to get 50, but to get 41.50. 41.50, you got to be 50, but to get 50, but to get 50. 41.50, but to get 50, but to get 50, but to get 41.50, but to get 41.50. I'm at 41, you got to be 41.50. 50, and now 50, but to get 50, but to get 50, but to get 50, but to get 41.50, but to get 41.50, but to get 41.50. Sold, 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 $4,100.
Thank you.
How about that? Give this young lady a great round of applause. Hey, she might be a future Tad Lucas recipient someday. As Larry D. Guy said, pave all boundaries, show no fear, go anywhere you want.
Absolutely. What a great job, Logan. Still in high school, like 10th grade. Yeah, like 10th grade or something. Who was our buyer? Buyer number. Doug's getting it, I think.
Doug's getting it.
call Susan Maddox right now. So here's the situation. We have two $4,000 buyers. I'm going to go out on a limb. Am I right there? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that American Hat Company will honor that. And so you won't be billed until you get that certificate, but let's just count it as two $4,000 buyers for that.
Logan, you just sold $8,000 for that, honey. Awesome.
And when Pam says I'm going to call in a favor, it's done. After all, she did give him a free, 3.5-minute free commercial. This will be seen on the Cowboy channel tomorrow. I mean, you turned around, positive times, the whole 9 yards, slam dunk. Okay, elevate your collection with this exquisite 20-inch necklace and matching post earring set. It's all masterfully created by renowned Navajo artist Adrienne Gordon. This authentic Native American jewelry set showcases the rich cultural heritage and exceptional craftsmanship of the Navajo silverwork. A show-stopping addition to any outfit, this has been donated by the Bucking Flamingo.
Yes, it is. Go ahead, Pam.
Spoken like a true Native American.
Yeah, there you go. And by the way, if you don't know what the Bucking Flamingo is, I got to plug these guys, or the ladies, excuse me, the ladies. It's in Pawhuska, Oklahoma, and that is kind of the Ben Johnson headquarters of the universe. Cody and Jimbo are down there right now. They do a podcast called Cowboys of the Osage. If you haven't listened to the Cowboys of the Osage and you care about steer roping and things that they all care about, you got to get on there and listen to Cowboys of the Osage podcast. They do a tremendous job. Jimbo's a big historian, and Cody's just a great color man. He adds a lot to it, and his wife has the Bucking Flamingo there in Pawhuska. It's a great trip to the Osage to go see all the things they got. Pioneer Woman hangs out up there some and the whole deal. So, guys, if you hadn't been to Pawhuska to the Bucking Flamingo, you got to go. Speaking of that, I got to do one more thing while I'm here because I won't have this microphone very long, and I've never been in a situation where I had a microphone and my friend didn't. But my friend Charlie Throckmorton, I have to tell you how big it is for me to be on this stage tonight and getting ready to watch you be inducted into this Hall of Fame, Charlie. I love you, brother. He's been a friend for over 20 years. Charlie's done our Lawton show. We got a big contingency from the Lawton Rangers here tonight. Charlie's been our announcer for over 27 years, been a tremendous friend to me and the whole group. Charlie, we're sure proud of you. They had a podcast about Charlie the other day, talking about this Hall of Fame induction. So anyway, go to Bucking Flamingo and tonight buy this item. Here we go. Set us along what are going to give. All right, tell me now. Here we go. Set us along. Who get $1,000 where? $1,000. $1,000 a bid. I get them $1,000. I get them $1,000. No, get $1,000. $1,500 and $1,500 a bid. $1,000 $15. I'm $1,000 a bid. I get them $1,500. $15. Not two. At $2,000 and $2,000 a bid. I get them on $2,000 a bid. I get them $2,000 a buy. I'm $2,000. You say two back here. $2,000 would you? And $2,000 a bid. I get them on two. What do you give two? You say $2,000. I got $1,500 to be $2,000 a bid. I get them on $2,000. I got two. Thank you. I thought so. Now $2,500. I got two. Now $25. Thank you. 25. Now three. Now $3,000 to you. Now $3,000 back your way. Got to be $3,000. I got two. 2,500. Give me $3,000. $3,000 a bid. I got three. Thank you. Now 35. Logan, your man's out. 35. 35. Now $4,000. Now $4,000. What are you $4,000 a bid? I get a $4,000 to buy. What are you for? What are you for? I got 3,500. What are you for? I'll take 37.5 if that'll help you. 37.50. One time. Give me 37.5. You want to do that? 37.5. Thank you. Now four, Logan. Now four. Your man's out. What are you? 4,000. 4,000. What are you? 4,000 a bid? I get him 37.5. Give me four. I'll take 38, Logan. Keep them going. 3,800. 3,800 a bid. I get him a 3,800 to buy. What are you? 38. Now 9. Get him 38 and 9. Got Doug at 38. Got to be 9. 3,900. 3,900 a bid. I get him a 39 to buy. Get him 39. What are you? 39. 3,900. I got 38. Now 9. Got Doug at 38. What do you? 39. There's 30. There's 39. You're out again, Doug. Now 4,000. Got the lady at 39. Now $4,000. Would you do it? 4,000. I got her at 39. Got to be 4,000. 4,000. 4,000. Got, ma'am, you're in at 39. You good? I got her at 39. Now 4,000. You got four? $4,000 a bid. I got her 4,000 a bid. Don't stifle her. 4,000. I got 30. 3,900 a bid. Now $4,000. 39. Now 4,000. Got to go. 39 with the lady. Now 4,000. Now 4,000. Anybody else feel anything coming on, Logan? 4,000. Sold it your way, ma'am, at 3,900. Right there. She's making a big fuss, Doug. Same lady that bought number one. Whatever that buyer number was. Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Enjoy your turquoise. 48 is the buyer. Thank you, Pam.
Okay. Austin, America. Yep, they've got a rodeo, and a heck of a one. How would you like to go March 13 through March 28 of 2026? A VIP premium package. You get 4 seats, VIP seat levels, so one of the performances of the rodeo, VIP parking, 4 VIP Founders Club passes, Rodeo Austin merchandise, a stunning Consuela bag, a one-night stay at the iconic Hotel Zaza in Austin, a great Busch Light rodeo package which includes cooler, tailgate chairs, the cornhole set, and a lot of other swag. You can see it all right up there. It's all been donated by Rodeo Austin, Consuela, Hotel Zaza, Austin, Busch Light. It's a package that's unlimited in price. Step up if you want to saddle up and go rodeo.
All right, thank you, Dave. And what a great package. That whole thing's full of beer, it looks like. Is that the same deal I'm thinking of? Yeah, you don't get the chair, though. You don't get the chair, but all the beer. I mean, look at all the beer, Sean. I mean, I've never had a beer, but they say they sell them here. I don't know. I don't know. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Item number 8, the Rodeo Austin one-night VIP experience during that great rodeo, and a great package it is. Such long. What are you going to give? Talk to me now. We'll give $1,000. Where? $1,000. We give $1,000 a bid. I get them all $1,000. I get them 1,000. We'll give them 1,000. I got 1,000. Thank you, 15. I'm 1,000 a bid. I get them 1,500 to buy. 1,000, 1,500. I'm 1,000 a bid. I get them 1,500 to buy. Did you say 15? Now 2. Now 2,000. Logan, get me 2. To get 2. Now 25. And 25 to bid. Now get them 2. Now 25. 2,000 to bid. Now get them on 25 to bid. Now 2. Now 25. I'm 2,000 to bid. Now we give 25 to buy. Now 2. We give 25. Anybody? 2. Now 25. Take 25. Thank you. I got 25 in the back. Now 3,000. Now 3,000. Your man's out. Logan, give me 3,000, would you? 3,000 a bid. I get him on 3. Would you 3,000? 3,000. I got 25. Now 3. Give me 27.5. Try him there. 27.5. And 27. 27.5. Give me 27.5. Give me 26. Get him at 26. Go back in there. Dive back in there. I got 2,500. Give me 2,600. Would you do it? 2,600 one time. 2,600 one time. Got to go. 26. And 26. Going to be now 25. Now 6. 25. Whoop, there's 26. I got 26 with Logan. Got to be 27, Sean. 27. Now 8, Logan. 2,800. 2,800. Now 9, Sean. Got to be 29 a little bit. Now 29. And 29. 3,000. 3,000 a bid. Now get him on 3. What do you 3,000 a bid? Now get him on 3. Now 31. I'm 3,000 a bid. Now get him 31. Now 3 to 1. Now 2. 31 now 2. 31 now 2. 31 now 2. Would you do it? 31 and 3,200. 3,200. Got to go. 3,200. Believe it would. 3,200. Got 31. Now 32 and a half. Sold it your way, Sean. 3,100. 506. Thank you.
All right. If you've been shut out, this is it. Your final chance. And what a great opportunity is. We talked and we opened the opening set of NFR tickets, and we said they were great seats. There's only one better seat than these seats, and that's either on the back of a horse in the arena or the back of a horse or a bull in the buck and shoots. Why do I say that? Because these are gold buckle seats. They are donated by the PRCA. 3 gold buckle seats. They are right down on the lower level. You're right there in the dirt. It is for the opening performance, December the 4th, of the National Finals Rodeo. And perhaps what even is harder to find than the seats is a parking pass. So it comes with a parking pass, 3 gold buckle seats, and it's all donated by the PRCA. What a great way to set off December. You can go home tonight saying, look what I have in my hand. You're going to have 2 of the best buddies chasing you around town.
All right, you bet, Dave. What a hard ticket to get right there, and a good one it is. Set us long. What are going to give? All right, guys, set us long. We get 1,000 stardom. We get 1,000 where? 1,000 bid. I got 1,000. 1,500. 1,500 bid. Now 50. I got 15. Now 2. And 2,000 bid. Now 2. Now 25. And 25 bid. Now 25. Now 3. Going to be 3,000. Now 35. 35 bid. Now 35 to buy 35. 4,000. Logan. Going to be 4. 4. Now 45. And 45. Now 5,000. And 5,000. Now 5,500. 5,500. I've got 55. Now 6,000 to you. 6,000. I got 5,500. Now 6,000. 55, 6 now, 65, 6,500, would you? 6,500, now get them 6,500, about 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 65. There's 65, now 7, 65 and 7,000. 7,000, you get 7, Sean? 7, now 75, 7,500, now 7,500, now 7,500, back at him, 75, 75, now 8,000, 7,500, now what do you 8,000, back at him, what do you 8,000, 8,000, 8,500, 8,500, now getting 8,500, about what do you 85, what do you 85, what do you 85, getting one, getting 8,500, 8,500, got 8,000, can be 82.50, 82 and a half, 82 and a half, would you do it, 82.50, got 88,000, 82.50, now 8,500, 8,500, now 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, would you do it, 87.50, 87 and a half, I've been 8,500, now what do you 87 and a half, what do you 87 and a half, 87 and a half one time, 87.50, 87.50, got 8,500, can be 86, now 7, now 87, now 8,700, 8,788, Doug, you're out, got to be 8,800, 8,800, now 8,900, 8,900, would you do it? Now 9,000, Doug, your man's out, got to be 9, whoop, whoop. I got 9,000, you're all out, got to be 91. 9,000, 9,100, 9,100, now get them 91, we give you a little bit more than 9,100, now get them 9,100, back to 9,100, 9,100, I got 9,000 with Sean, now 90, he threw a fit, 91, now 2, now 9,200, come on, Nightlinger, get them, 9,200, now get them on 9,200, back, get them 9,200, we give 9,200, 9,200, 9,200, get 91 and 92, 91 and 92, 91 now 92, and I got to go, 91, 92, got a lot of inductees to go yet, 91 now 2, 9,200, sold it, $9,100, Sean, your way, Sean Fletcher. Say again, I'm sorry. 506. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that cleans us up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arms. Wow.
Wow.
Thank you to everybody. Pam?
And now you know why we will not let you go. Wow, that, pat yourself on the back. According to my calculations, about $42,000 that you raised collectively for Rodeo Historical Society. And it's not over yet because the saddle board is still there, and there's still some squares on the saddle board. So that'll be another $10,000 when that goes clean, which it will before the night's over. So what a way to honor the Rodeo Historical Society and continue to tell the stories of these legendary cowboys and cowgirls.
Absolutely. Couldn't think of it any better. I know I'm supposed to say some lines, but you've covered everything. Rock on.
Okay. Roll to me. Let's continue our evening with the installation.
Our job is to be brief, be bright, and be gone.
Be gone. Let's continue our evening with the installation of the National Rodeo Hall of Fame Class of 2025. From the heart of North Dakota to the top of the rodeo world, this first inductee has done it all. Bull rider, visionary, and the man behind some of the sport's greatest champions. Let's take a look at his incredible journey.
From the plains of Mandan, North Dakota, Chad Berger has spent a lifetime fueling the heart of rodeo. He competed in all 6 major events, but it was bull riding and saddle bronc riding that sparked a passion that never faded. In 2003, he launched Chad Berger Bucking Bulls and changed the game. With 12 PBR Stock Contractor of the Year titles, Chad helped shape champions, including the legendary Smooth Operator. Partnering with Joe Simon of Dakota Rodeo, Chad has produced some of the biggest rodeos in the country, like the $500,000 Rough Rider Cup. Inducted into the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame in 2018 and the Bull Riding Hall of Fame in 2024, Berger's legacy is built on grit and vision. Whether raising champion bulls or producing world-class rodeos, Berger's influence runs deep. With his family at the heart of it all, he continues to elevate the sport, driving innovation, honoring tradition, and building a legacy that rides strong into the future.
Please help me welcome into the National Rodeo Hall of Fame, Class of 2025, the one, the only, Chad Berger.
Geez, I didn't know I was so tall. I can't get him up here. But, well, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out. And really, we need to thank all them women that were come out here and brought us that beautiful meal. The hard-working women, men here. Give them all a big round of applause. what a great meal. And I want to thank the Hall for inducting me. This is overwhelming to me. But, you know, there's two words you're going to hear from me a lot, and that's thankful and grateful. And mostly I'm grateful to God for all the blessings he's bestowed upon me and my family and what got me here today. And he's just guided me in every way he could. And I can't say enough about how blessed I am. And I'm really grateful. You know, it's not about me, it's about who got me here. And I want to thank my great-great-grandfather and great-grandfather who came over from Odessa, Russia. They were Germans from Russia and needed to come, and they come to the United States just so their children and grandchildren could have a better life. And without that, none of us are here. And so I'm thankful they took a long journey. They rode in on a wagon with a team of horses, and my great uncle told me the story. They went out, they unhooked their horses and slapped them on the butt, threw their harness in the wagon, and everything they owned, they came over on a ship they owned. It was in an apple box. So how scared do you think they were to come here? So I want to thank them, and I want to thank my mom and dad, Joe and Darlene Berger, biggest influence in my life. They were born in the dirty 30s, Depression, and both grew up as poor as can be, and had 4 of us kids by the time they were 23 years old, and with nothing. And they installed in us, you know, a code of ethics, and that was be honest, and treat people the way you want to be treated, and you know, just be a legit person. And they built a roadmap for all of us kids to be successful. All we had to do was follow the road that they built for us. So without them, I'm not here. So, and then it goes on to the most important person in my life, my wife, Sarah. Yeah. I met her in kindergarten and known her all my life. And when I was in the 7th grade, I told my sister Kim, I said, I'm going to marry that girl someday. And 44 years later, we're still married. And I'm proud to. She's had to put up with a lot with me because I'm the kind of guy that's always thinking of something new, something to try, something to do. And she's always backed me. And for that, I'm very grateful and thankful. And she gave me 3 beautiful kids, Lacey, John, and Sadie. And they gave me some grandkids. And I always say, you don't go full circle till you get them grandkids. And my mom installed in us and Dad, and they're installing it in their kids and my grandkids. And I'm very proud of that and grateful and thankful for that. And I'm really thankful for growing up in a rodeo ranching family. I think I was out riding horse the other day with my grandkids, rounding up cattle, and it was probably the most beautiful day in my life to watch them kids go out and go around them cattle and showing them what to do, teaching them what my dad taught me. And I've had a lot of friends that I had from high school, and I had a lot of friends from rodeo. But my lifelong friends have come from rodeo, and just about everything I have in my life, I owe to rodeo. So every one of us are just so blessed to be brought up into a ranching rodeo family, you know. So I'm thankful and grateful for that. And I want to thank Casey Fredericks. He's a lifelong friend of mine too, nominated me for this award, and I want to thank him a lot. And I want to, you know, I didn't set out to be in any Hall of Fame when I was a kid. I just set out to do things as good as I could and be the best I could be. And now, you know, when I was a little kid, I grew up, and it was all about Jim Shoulders and Casey Tibbs. You know, my dad would talk about them. And then when I got to be a young guy, it was all about Larry Mahan and Phil Line. And my gosh, now I'm in the same hall as they are. That's pretty humbling. And how about John Wayne, the Duke? I mean, everybody was if he ain't your hero, you ain't got a pulse, man. But, you know, and I got to thank my brothers, Nevada and Kim, my sister Kim are here tonight, and my very first traveling partner besides my brother Fred, Mark Kuhn, he's here tonight. I want to thank you for coming. And my doctor came. You know, I thought, man, I must be in bad shape if my doctor come down to see me get in here. But so far, I'm upright. But we're talking about heroes. My two biggest heroes. They're up here. I'm very proud of me right now. My brother Fred just passed away. He was my biggest hero and my dad, so they're watching down tonight, and I'm sure they're up there telling everybody, that's my son, that's my brother. But anyways, you know, it's always good to have people to look up to, and they were two of my biggest influences in life. But other than that, you know, I wake up every morning and I tell myself it's a great day to be alive. And some days are better, and some are, but they're always great. And this is probably one of the greatest days of my life right now. And I want to thank everybody for coming out. And I'm going to steal an old announcer saying, this is Chad Berger saying hello, because I just hate to say goodbye. Good night.
One more time. Thank you, Chad.
Our next inductee is a third-generation rodeo clown, a Marine, a true showman. From unforgettable animal acts to legendary rodeo moments, Lari Alan Clayman brought heart, humor, and grit to arenas across North America. Let's learn more about his great success.
Born July 11, 1941, Lari Alan Clayman was destined for the arena as a third-generation rodeo clown with a heart for the sport and a flair for entertainment. After competing in 5 rodeo events and serving 4 years in the Marine Corps, Clayman hit the road with legends like Jim Shoulders, Cotton Rosser, and Andy Harrigy. Known for his unforgettable animal acts, especially with his sidekick Toto, Clayman brought laughter and excitement to arenas across North America. He worked the 1973 NFR as a bullfighter, became the first non-Canadian clown at the Canadian National Finals, and helped launch the Wrangler Bullfights. As a stock contractor and producer, Clayman brought rodeo to Missouri and beyond, never missing a performance, even through injury. For nearly 20 years, he announced the creation of Clayman Rodeo, a nonprofit event for kids. From meeting the Queen of England to mentoring the next generation, Clayman's legacy is one of grit, humor, and unwavering dedication to the sport he loves.
Please welcome into the 2025 National Rodeo Hall of Fame inductee, Lari Alan Clayman.
Wonder what I'm doing. I'm pulling up a picture from 1973 of me and Toto. I'll show you before the end of the day.
Pam, you and I go all the way back to the late 60s, a long time ago. It was really good to see Billy a while ago, too. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Howdy, folks. I'm so honored to be here tonight, be standing here in the beautiful Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum. So grateful to all the folks over the years that have kept the spirit of the West alive here. My last time here was 52 years ago. when my dear friend Clem McSpadden, and I believe me, he was a great friend, who presented to me my NFR buckle for fighting bulls at the 1973 rodeo along with Big Jerry Olson and Tommy Lucia. This truly has been such a humbling experience. As I have reflected back over the years, just how did I make it here? From working my first rodeo with my grandfather, Stanley Clayman, at Mansfield, Missouri, at only 13 years old, to so many great rodeos, big and small, all across America, and 3 countries in Europe, and 5 provinces of Canada, and for 26 great rodeo stock contractors over the years. And they were all great stock contractors. They were family, and that's really hit me hard lately. We're all family. And these great rodeo stock contractors, the Harry Voles and the Bob Barnes and the Howard Harrises and Walter Osbalds, they're family, and they're just great people. And while I was still in the United States Marine Corps at Camp Pendleton, thanks to good old Andy Aregi of the J. Spear Rodeo Company for hiring me to work my first pro rodeo in Bishop, California. And I think they still call it the Mule Day Rodeo. And I worked that rodeo along with Mr. Slim Pickens, and what a great time we had. And also, without a doubt, I have to remember my traveling partner, old Toto, the crazy chimpanzee, who I have to blame for the opportunity to meet the Queen of England at the Calgary Stampede, and the opportunity to meet Ronald Reagan, and also meet the Pope while we were in Rome. I'm also very blessed that my brother, Jack, and his wife, Julie, are here tonight. And I'm just so blessed, and I have to tell this story about Jack real quick. Him and Mom and Dad throwed our old mule, Sorghum, in the back of the pickup truck in Highlandville, Missouri, which is just south of Springfield, and had an old iron rack on it, and they hauled that mule all the way to Southern California so I'd have old Sorghum to work out there at the rodeos. And old Sorghum, my brother tells me that he got in a sleeping bag to try to stay cool going across the desert out there because there wasn't any air conditioning in that pickup. And I saw how we kind of featured Route 66 here at the museum, and that's what they took all the way out there, Route 66. I'd like to also acknowledge my sister, Carla, and her husband, Dick Essie. I'd like to acknowledge Phil Clayman and his wife, Erin. And I'd like to mention that Erin is kin to a great rodeo stock contractor that I work for, and highly regarded him as one of the best showmen in professional rodeo, and that was Cotton Rosser. And Erin's with Phil tonight, and Erin's mother is here, and she's a little closer to Cotton Rosser. For those of you who knew him, you might say hi to Erin and her mother, Sherry, and her husband, Ray. Also, so many friends and family from Missouri and Texas, including my amazing pastor, Wes Willie, and his wife, Amanda, from the First Baptist Church in Florence, Texas. Also from Florence, Texas, Rissa and Stacy Person, Regina and David Vidari, Peyton and Emily Person, Don Howell. Old Don's here somewhere tonight. And thanks to Don for my little necktie, Don. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bear and Cindy from Bernie, Texas, they're up here. And Kurt and Lari, they're here tonight. And I just appreciate you all being here so much. And also here today is my great friend and trucking buddy, Kenny Woodard from Brazil, Indiana. And let's not forget London McClure. She's also here. And finally, thanks for the Clayman Rodeo in Georgetown, Texas. Jim, Bob, and Kelly Clayman are here tonight. Because of them, I am married to the very best wife and partner an old retired rodeo clown could ever hope for. My beautiful wife, Renee. Renee, stand up, would you please? Where are you at? Thank you. And also my awesome son, Matthew, and his lovely wife, Brittany, and the 3 outstanding grandsons are here tonight, Ashton Lee, Whitten Matthew, and Reese Chapman Clayman. Thanks, y'all. And may God bless America, and God bless the cowboy. Happy trails, everybody.
So, I don't know if they can see this. Let's see. Can y'all see that? That's me kissing Toto. And then, hang on. And then there's Toto's reaction.
I don't blame him. I'd kiss you too.
Congratulations again, Larry. Our next inductee isn't just a world champion steer wrestler, he's a champion for the next generation. From the arena to the community, he spent decades shaping rodeo and mentoring young athletes with the same grit and heart that made him a legend. Let's take a closer look.
Joel Edmondson has lived rodeo from every facet, competing at both ends of the arena and every level of the sport. He started as a bareback rider, but found his stride in steer wrestling, earning a spot with the Kansas City Trailblazers and joining the PRCA in 1979. A five-time NFR qualifier and 1983 world champion steer wrestler, Edmondson set a single-season earnings record and came within $32.50 of a second title in 1988. He dominated the Prairie Circuit with 5 titles and won the 1988 Dodge National Circuit Finals, proving his grit time and again. After winning the presidential rodeo in 1983, Edmondson walked the halls of the White House and met President Reagan and Louis L'Amour. Today, Joel Edmondson continues to champion rodeo, mentoring young athletes, serving his community, and promoting the sport he's helped shape for decades.
Please help me welcome into the National Rodeo Hall of Fame class of 2025, Joel Edmondson. And if y'all were at the event this morning where Dave Appleton got a chance to interview some people, one thing you may not know that I learned today, he filled his permit in the PRCA as a bareback rider. Explain that one.
I hope I didn't blind anybody when I took my hat off. It's an incredible honor to be up here standing today, being recognized for rodeo accomplishments. Having my name just associated with the very cowboys that I've considered legends. I began my professional rodeo career as a rookie in 1979, threw my last steer in a rodeo in 2005. My body was tired and beat up, but the desire was still, and it's still there today. My goodness, how rodeo has evolved over my lifetime. Most of us in this room, no doubt, would still like to compete with the opportunities now available in the rodeo world. And we must all believe that we played some part in this progress. As a rookie, I was fortunate enough to have great rodeo cowboy role models who took me under their wing and helped me better myself. Although there were many, perhaps the most memorable were the Duvals, the Fergusons, Billy Hale, Butch Myers, and Charlie Battles. Just as they passed down their wisdom and expertise, I tried also to pass the same blessing to others throughout my career, putting on steer wrestling schools, hauling rookies, and being a board member in various rodeos associations. Due to a little help along the way, I was able to accomplish a few things I'm very proud of. I was lucky enough to qualify for 5 national finals, 3 in Oklahoma City, 2 in Las Vegas. 81 and 82 and 83 I walked away with the championship then in Las Vegas, 85 and 88, where I was a reserve champion, losing John W. Jones by $30.81. We looked it up. And I'm painfully pretty sure that's the exact amount. Additionally, I finished the top 20, narrowly missing the NFR due to a plane crash in August of '84 that sidelined me for quite a while and other injuries. In addition, I won the command performance for President Reagan in 1983, several Prairie Circuit championships, won 4 Pro Tours at 1982, and the National Circuit Finals in 1989. We all know cowboys don't become winners without a little help along the way. In my event, that includes great horses, good skilled hazers. I was blessed to ride 4 outstanding horses that greatly impacted my success. A Charger, a horse owned by Tommy Combs, Catfish owned by Alf Fedderson, and 2 of my own, Downtown Brown and Bones. Great hazers also made a huge impact, to name a few: Bill Duval, Tommy Combs, Alf Fedderson, Mark Owen, and Mike Jones. Although I'm very proud of my accomplishments in the arena, rodeo is much more than money, buckles, trophies, and what little won. Looking back over my career in the PRCA, I was able to crisscross across the United States and Canada, experiencing places, meeting people that became lifelong friends and who continue to positively influence my life. Throughout the years, I never forgot who I was, where I came from, and those who helped me along the way. As a small-town kid growing up, who would have dreamed I traveled to 30 or 40-plus states, Canada, shook hands with President Reagan and Louis L'Amour, drug the spurs through the floor of the White House, and enjoyed the barbecue on the South Lawn. To be inducted into the National Hall of Fame, rodeo has been good to me, and I would like to give a big thank you to the Hall, the people that voted for me, my family and friends who are sharing this experience with me. It's just overwhelming. Thank you.
Well done and congratulations.
From roping at the age of 8 to starring in Hollywood blockbusters, this next inductee has lived the cowboy life to the fullest. A world champion cowboy, stuntman, survivor, and still roping, still winning, still inspiring. Let's find out more.
Born in Pumpkin Center, California, Monty Holcomb Paul H.P. Evetts entered his first rodeo at just 8 years of age, competing against grown men and showing the world he was something special. A fearless talent with unmatched reach on the head rope, Evetts caught the eye of rodeo legends Leo and Gerald Camarillo, and soon he and Gerald were crowned 1974 world champion team ropers. He roped at the NFR 9 times, including twice with his father, Daddy Hoke, cementing a family legacy in the sport. Outside the arena, Evetts brought his cowboy skills to the big screen, appearing in blockbuster films and working as a stuntman. After surviving a near-fatal car wreck in 1984, he defied the odds and returned to the sport he loved, stronger than ever. At 73, H.P. Evetts is still roping, still winning, and still inspiring, living proof that true cowboys never quit.
Please help me welcome into the National Rodeo Hall of Fame class of 2025, H.P. This man was the original cool cowboy.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Rodeo Historical Society, National Rodeo and Cowboy Western Heritage Museum for my induction into the National Rodeo Hall of Fame. It really means a lot to me to be honored with all my old friends and some of my old partners, you know, and then I know that my parents are shining down on this moment for me. Hey, and that I'm blessed to be Hoke and Alma Evetts' son. You know, and for the opportunity they blessed in my life, man. Anyway. And, it's, you know, for the Camarillo family, they were my roping heroes all my life. That's all I want to do is rope with them guys, man. Anyway. They're truly the goats of team roping, them two guys. Period. That's it. You know, anyway, I'm very honored to be here with my family, my friends. Anyway, special night in OKC, man. Get a good special to thanks to my wife for coordinating and directing this thing for me. I love you. Hey, and one last thing, man. In remembrance of my old friend, Roy Cooper. Hey, baby. God bless all you.
For those of you that didn't follow team roping in the 70s and the 80s, he truly revolutionized the sport. You know, they used to ride to the hip, swing over a couple times, rope them, go left. He's the guy that threw 32 feet of a 30-foot rope, dallied on the knot and went left, and hoped his healer was in the same zip code, H.P. Evetts. This next inductee is very special to me. He didn't just build rodeos, he built a dynasty. From founding Rafter G Rodeo to launching Mesquite Championship Rodeo, his legacy lives on through his sons, each a rodeo legend in their own right. Let's take a closer look.
Neal Gay's rodeo journey began in Atoka, Oklahoma in 1945, competing in saddle bronc, bull riding, and bulldogging. He rode alongside legends like Jim Shoulders, but his greatest ride was still ahead. After personal tragedy, Gay stepped out of the arena to raise his sons and built a legacy that would span generations. In 1957, he founded Rafter G Rodeo. A year later, he helped launch the Mesquite Championship Rodeo, turning Saturday nights into a national tradition watched by millions. With his wife Kay by his side, Gay raised 3 sons who made their mark. Pete, a 3-time NFR qualifier, Donnie, an 8-time world champion bull rider, and Jim, who now runs the family rodeo company. Over 70 years, he earned countless honors, but his true legacy lives in the arenas he built, the lives he touched, and the sport he helped shape. Neal Gay passed away in 2022 at the age of 96, leaving behind a rodeo legacy that rides on through generations.
Please help me welcome into the 2025 National Rodeo Hall of Fame class, Neal Gay, and to accept his son, Jim Gay. I think you all know that Mesquite Rodeo was a big part of my life, and I loved hanging with you and your family.
Yeah, before I get started, I really think y'all need to say a prayer for me, but more than that, y'all need to say a prayer for y'all because you got to listen to me. Yeah, I'm probably going to need it. My father, thank God, each morning he woke because that was one more day he got to be a cowboy. On behalf of my brothers and I would like to thank the Hall of Fame and all of those who voted for my father. I'd like to give a special thank you to Jack Beckman for not forgetting about Dad. Bear with me. Neal Emerson Holyfield, born June 25th, 1926. He grew up in the slums of downtown Dallas. He boxed as a kid to earn spending money. When he was 13, he hopped a train to Chicago and joined a circus. He had his mom sign papers to allow him to join the Coast Guard at 17. The Navy then requested his presence aboard a destroyer escort in the North Atlantic in 1944. When he returned stateside, he took his stepfather's name, Gay, out of respect and love for the individual, Malin Gay, who showed him right from wrong and how to be a man. With the time constraints, I'm not able to list my father's 77 years plus accomplishments and contributions to the rodeo business. I think Dad would want me to talk what meant most to him, his family and friends. Kay Gay, wife, mother and partner in business and life, his 3 sons, Pete, wife Elisa, Donnie, Terry, their daughter Tally, and husband Drew Holt, me, my wife Brenda, our daughters Megan and Roy, and she's married to Roy Meyer, and we have the 4th generation. You might have heard him a little earlier, Max Neal Meyer. And Summer, and soon-to-be husband, which is next week, Wyatt Welsh. We got a busy couple of weeks, right? Dad was truly happy that we all stayed close to his Rafter G Rodeo Ranch in Terrell, Texas. Dad had many, many friends who helped him when the times got tough. Again, I don't have time to mention everyone, but here are a few. Bob White, Carl Jones, Jack Bettman, Ira Akers, Henry Kyle, Don Carter, Utah Vardell. and Dad's last best friend, Billy Minnick. There are 3 more. Jim Shoulders. In the late 50s, Dad mentioned to Jim about settling down and staying close to home to raise his 2 sons. He found a piece of property where he could start and build and start a weekly rodeo, but it would cost around $10,000. Before the day was out, Jim handed Dad a check for $10,000. It took a while, but Jim was very well rewarded for the faith that they had in each other. I say that because they stayed best friends and business partners till the day they died. Dude Smith, or his duty boy, as Dad would say, they rodeoed together, they worked together, and maybe even had a fight or 2 together. Dude actually said that they practiced harder than most guys fought. One fight that they were not participating in, a drunken sheriff had pulled his gun on some of their friends. Dad told the sheriff, he told him that there was no need for a gun, and the sheriff just turned and shot my dad. Left for dead, Dude loaded him up and took him to a hospital in Liberty, Texas. When they arrived, the doctor said, and they had to go up a bunch of steps, but Dad, tough guy, he made it. When they arrived, the doctor said, "It sounds like a movie. There ain't much I can do for you, son." It was that bad, plus they didn't have any blood. Dude said, "Doc, you fix him and take my blood." And he laid on the table, and the doctor ran a line straight from Dude to my dad. On that day, Dad made a promise to God that he would never drink again. He kept that promise. Dad and Dude were friends before that, but now they were truly linked. They were blood brothers. What a wonderful thing to have, a friendship that couldn't and wouldn't ever be broken. I saved the best for last. I mentioned earlier a father's love, K. Gay, forever known as Mom. Dad was a very accomplished man, a bit hard-headed, a determined, tough cowboy, but what he accomplished in life, he did it with the love of his life. Our mom worked alongside our father and helped raise my brothers and me, plus numerous other cowboys and cowgirls over the years. They laid the foundation of right and wrong. I think our mom and dad would be proud. Our dad was hard-headed, determined, and compassionate. He was still riding a horse at 94. He was a Christian, a veteran, a father, and a husband. But what stands out to me is that Neal Gay was a cowboy.
I think that the induction of Neal Gay shows us how important it is for you guys to dig deep and take a look at the honorees if you go to the website, the Rodeo Hall of Fame website, or Rodeo Historical Society. It's a link on the museum's page, and it'll tell you each and every inductee that's honored. And if you say to yourself, there's somebody that deserves to be in there, nominate them. There's a form on the website. The nominations have to be in before the end of the year, but the only way that their stories can be told is by your nomination. And I think that the fact that Neal Gay is just now being inducted shows that we need to pay close attention to our heroes and make sure their stories are told.
Amen to that one. And I can honestly tell you, when I came over here in 1980 as an Australian kid, I ended up being illegal back when the days you could get away from it. The man that stood beside me and helped me was none other than Mr. Neal Gay. He helped me become legal and stay in this country, and I'll always be eternally grateful because he was one tough man, but he would stick his hand out and help you, and there's so many of us in this room that owe our careers and our futures because of what Mr. Neal Gay stood for. So I want to tip my hat to one of the great legends of the game. Born into rodeo royalty, Bobby Goodspeed just didn't carry on the family name. He made it legendary. From high school titles to NFR history, and now mentoring the next generation. His rope may be hung up, but his impact is still very strong. Take a look at the monitor.
Born in Wetumpka, Oklahoma in 1938, Bobby Goodspeed was raised in a family of rodeo legends, with his father Jess and Uncle Buck both inducted into the National Rodeo Hall of Fame. But Bobby didn't just inherit a legacy, he built one of his own. By high school, Goodspeed was already making headlines, winning AJRA all-around and calf roping titles 3 years in a row. He joined the RCA in 1958 and made history at the first ever NFR in Dallas. Over the years, Goodspeed has won Cheyenne, Denver, Albuquerque, and qualified for the NFR 12 times, earning 12 go-around wins and placing 35 times. In 1996, he qualified for his final circuit finals, capping off a career that included 6 Great Lakes roping titles and an all-around championship. Though he hung up his rope, Bobby Goodspeed still shares his love for the sport, mentoring the next generation and honoring the legacy of rodeo that runs deep in his veins.
Please help me welcome into the National Rodeo Hall of Fame class of 2025, Bobby Goodspeed.
Well, it's good to be here. Pretty hard to get here, but I made it. And I want to thank everybody that voted for me to help me get here. And, of course, my grandkids, my great-grandkids, and my kid, my son, my daughter, they're all here. Here's the crew, but we may have a basketball team yet. So anyway, but I never thought about being here. But my dad made it, and a little later on I got, well, I might make it. But Justin Eakley, my cousin, he was grandson of Sonny Goodspeed, my double cousin. And he called me one day, and I met him. He was just a small, thin kid. But then he called me in again. So other day, 2 or 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I don't know. He said, you think you'd like to go to the Hall of Fame? I said, maybe Oklahoma City, but I'm not worried about the other. And he said, send me a resume. I said, well, okay. So I just, whatever, I sent him. But he worked his tail off. I don't know how he done it, but he did. And he talked to Oak, Roy and Bill. They all sent letters. And anyway, I appreciate everything you went. I appreciate Justin very much. And I'm proud to be here. Thank you.
Our next inductee wasn't just a rodeo clown. He was a pioneer who helped define the role. With courage, comedy, and heart, he entertained crowds across North America and inspired generations of rodeo clowns who followed in his footsteps. Let's find out more.
Born in Vernon, Texas in 1916, Wiley McCray stepped into the arena at just 15, trick riding at the Anvil Park Rodeo. By 1937, he was winning bull riding competitions while bullfighting, catching the eye of stock contractors across the country. In 1938, McCray joined the Cowboy Turtles Association and began a 46-year career as a rodeo clown and a bullfighter, working over 140 rodeos across the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. From the Calgary Stampede to La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, McCray worked with rodeo icons like Everett Colburn, Cotton Rosser, and the Butlers, bringing courage and comedy to every performance. He was selected as barrelman for the NFR in 1961 and 1972. named World's Greatest Rodeo Clown twice, and inducted into the Exarban Western Hall of Fame. Even while battling cancer, he worked his final rodeo season in 1977, proving that true grit never retires. His legacy lives on in every laugh, every save, and every rodeo clown who followed.
Somebody had to be first. To accept on Wiley McCray's behalf, please welcome grandson, Patrick McCray.
As a boy, Wiley dreamed of becoming a famous cowboy. He began his rodeo career as a teenager during the Great Depression, starting as a trick rider at his first rodeo. Over time, he found his true calling as a rodeo clown and bullfighter, dedicating more than 4 decades of his life to the sport he loved. Over his 46-year career, he performed in more than 145 cities across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, often working over 30 major rodeos each year, with countless smaller ones in between. But Wiley never rodeoed for recognition. He did it for the love of the arena, the animals, the competitors, and the fans. And while this honor highlights his accomplishments, he would be first to credit the many people who supported him. My grandmother, Mardell, traveled every mile of that journey with him, sharing the driving, trick riding and performances, helping with his acts, and at times even stitching up his wounds after a rough night in the arena. Stock contractors like Gene Autry, Harry Knight, the Butlers, and Harry Vold gave my grandfather opportunities that shaped his career. And friends and family and rodeo colleagues, people like Chuck and Nancy Henson, Gail Warner, Marvin Klein, Karen Vold, Benny Butler, and the Olson family helped ensure Wiley's story would not be forgotten. Today, it's a joy to know that the boy who once dreamed of being a famous cowboy will forever share this hall with the very legends he admired. On behalf of our family, thank you for honoring Wiley McCray with this induction.
You know, one thing I'd like to say, when we did the panel discussion today, one thing was for sure, that this young man stood up there and he could recite all of his great stories of his grandfather. And it was a true testimony to the legacy of the family, of the stories being handed down. So Patrick, great job today representing your grandfather. For 4 decades, Charlie Throckmorton has been the voice behind rodeo's biggest moments. From the NFR to the PBR World Finals, his words echoed through the arenas of over more than 47 states. But more than that, he's mentored the next generation and helped define what it means to be a rodeo announcer. Let's take another look.
Born and raised in Cleburne, Texas, Charlie Throckmorton has spent nearly 4 decades as one of rodeo's most trusted voices. Encouraged by the great Harry Tompkins, Throckmorton earned his PRCA card and began announcing for legends like Jim Shoulders and Bernice Johnson. He's called the action at the National Final Steer Roping a record 21 times, 19 of those consecutively. From the NFR to the PBR World Finals, Throckmorton's voice has echoed through the sport's biggest moments. With over 35 years at Trinity Valley Expo, 26 at Lawton, and 25 at Woodward, Throckmorton's presence has defined rodeo in 47 states. He announced the closest race in PRCA history, Scott Snedeker edging Guy Allen by just $1.67. He's shared the mic with greats like Clem McSpadden, Hadley Barrett, Bob Tallman, and more. Called a class act of rodeo by Larry Mahan and Trevor Brazil, Charlie Throckmorton is more than a voice. He's a living archive of rodeo history.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the class of 2025 our final inductee, Charlie Throckmorton. The voice.
And in honor of Neal Gay, sell it, baby.
Thank you, Rube. Pam, you remember the gray mare at the circuit finals? Yes. And the national anthem. You want to tell that story real quick? That's okay. We won't tell that story. It's a funny story, though. I would like to thank the directors and the voting members of the Rodeo Historical Society. It's quite an honor to be here, and I didn't get here on my own. And I told H.B. Evetts the day we were talking, I said, I'm among the legends of rodeo, but I'm not a legend. I'm the announcer of legends. There's a big difference. And so with that being said, I'd like to thank my wonderful rodeo committees that are here. I'd like for you to stand. I'm going to do something different tonight. My group from Woodward, Oklahoma, the Woodward Elks, would you stand tonight? I've worked for you for many, many years. Stand. The group from Lawton, Oklahoma, the Lawton Rangers, stand. Santa Rosa Roundup, Vernon, Texas, stand. Clovis, New Mexico, you're here. Belton, Texas, stand. Trinity Valley Expo. That's certainly overwhelming. Thank you for being here for me. In the late 60s, my sisters, Betty and Barbara, brought me up here. And we went to the national finals, and I recorded everybody from Cy to Tom, and then got to work with Mr. Hadley. But I walked in, and I looked at that gigantic statue of Bill Linderman, and I stared all day long. And I came in here this week, and I went to that same statue, and I cried, never thinking I would ever be here. Then came the late 90s when Ben Johnson and I shared this podium with the Lazy E logo when it was declared Ben Johnson Day in Oklahoma. I worked all of Ben Johnson's pro celebrity rodeos, the team roping and the cutting in Reno and Phoenix and Los Angeles and all over the country, Houston, Lazy E, Fort Worth, and got to know him very, very well. I knew him better than most people in this room. And he always said, Charlie boy, you always stand for respect and tradition and values and avoid horses that scotch. And I went, what the hell is he talking about? So lo and behold, I'm at a rodeo, and I don't like horseback announcing because announcers are made to be heard, not seen. We're not the stars. The cowboys and the ladies are the stars. So I had this lazy paint horse, and I'm in the bareback ride, and he won't get out of the way. And he's scotching on me, and Gary Gist to give me a pair of spurs, and I hung them in him. And when I did, he broke in two. And he bucked my big old butt off right in the arena. And I hit, and all the air left my body. Pro official Cliff Overstreet said I'd mark that horse at 22. You nothing. I'm not embellishing. That microphone stuck in the ground like a T-post. They said, get back on him, Stoney. I said, to hell with you. But I had to because I had 7,000 people giving me a standing ovation. Rode over to the Gristleheads and the Bulldog, and I said, I pointed my toes inward, and I said, can you undo the leather straps? And them Gristleheads gave me one hell of a time. I could feel him hump up again. But anyway, I called Ben Johnson, and I said, the worst happened to me. I got embarrassed in front of all those people. And Ben said, Charlie boy. He said, them that ain't been bucked off in an arena, and them that ain't been embarrassed by God is them that ain't never done it. And I remember that through life. Ben taught me a lot of things, a lot of personal things. Harry Tompkins started me in the rodeo business. He was my father, my brother, my best friend. I knew him better than anybody in the world. He meant the world to me, and he forced me to get a card. I didn't want one. He said, you've been spouting off all that crap for all these years. You know the stats better than anybody I know. And he said, you're going to get a card and earn some money doing it. So Pete Logan signed my card. Harry got my card. The rest is history. Then came Bernice Johnson, who I grew up with, hired me for every rodeo he had. And then came the Butlers. And then came a guy named Jim Shoulders that hired me for my first convention job. So Tompkins rode to a rodeo with me one time that Jim was producing, and Donnie Gay had the stock. He was just getting started in the stock. And I'm in an old hotel room with them, and I'm working on my day sheet, my underwear. The air conditioner didn't work too good. It was hot. Shoulders was in there, Tompkins in there. And then Donnie Gay comes, and Shoulders said, Victrola, why don't you put on your pants? Nobody want to see your old underwear. And I said, let me tell you what, Jim Shoulders, this is my room. I'll go naked if I want to. He said, be sure and forewarn me. See, if you didn't talk back to them, you had to talk back to them, or they'd give you a hard time. But I love that man. They were great. So they were telling how great they were. He said, hadn't been for this little Yankee, I'd have won a lot more money. Donnie Gay said, I won more titles than you guys. I said, boy, it's getting deep. 2 weeks later, I work a gig with Lari Mahan. I said, you're not going to believe who I had in my room. I had Donnie Gay, Harry Tompkins, Jim Shoulders. They said they were the greatest that's ever been. It got deep. Mahan looked at me and he said, Charlie, they were. Think of it, they were. The great announcers, 35 years ago, this month of November, 35 years ago, at the Lazy Arena, Guthrie, Oklahoma, Clem McSpadden and I are working the national finals in the title race between the legendary Phil Line and Guy Allen. Came down to the 10th and final round with $85 difference for the world. Guy drove up today for me. He's here. Phil beat him, $85. Guy and I went down to Phil's house about 9 months ago and we set up a television camera. We relived that moment of 35 years ago. And it was wonderful just to think back. I can remember it like it was yesterday. But the great McSpadden, I've announced several events with him. And I was at this podium at one time with McSpadden. And then the likes of the legendary announcers like Tom Hadley, the smooth voice that we worked the circuit finals together, and the voice of 3 times to the national finals steer opening, the great Hadley Barrett that would aggravate the hell out of me. Pull jokes on me, but I loved him. And all the great announcers I've worked with through the past, and some of them not here anymore. Bob Feist is here, one of the greatest colleagues I've ever had. But I can remember Fort Worth Stock Show when Fort Worth was Fort Worth with the orchestra, the Will Rogers Coliseum, the smell of the popcorn, the arena, the aura, and I'm announcing, Bob Watt hired me. Neal Gay's at chute number 3 on that perch down there giving me a signal. That was the greatest time in my life to see real rodeo and Neal Gay directing me. He was so kind to me. And Jim would be in the office every day. Mildred Ferris would give me my day sheet. I'd walk in there. Nobody went in that back office because Jim's working on stock. And the only body that could get back there is me and Neal Gay. And then he told me stories about the Lindermans. And old Jim, he'd keep working. He was listening to us, though. And see, you learn from people like that. You learn. I would like to thank so many people. I'm so close to the Butler family that you can't believe. When I had stage 4 liver cancer twice and the doctor wasn't going to give me but 1 year to live, somebody called me every week checking on me, and he's got bucking horses out of Elk City, Oklahoma. He can be cantankerous as hell, but he's probably one of my best friends, and money can't buy that. Benny Butler, I love you for checking on me every week. That means money can't buy that. Donnie Gay checked on me every week. Bob Tallman. But I beat cancer, and I'm here. And for a reason I don't know why, but I'm here. I'd like to thank people, the unsung heroes of our business, like Barb Duggan, that took the national final steer roping to Amarillo when nobody else wanted it. It takes people like that to make it happen, and the wonderful Brenda Michael to step up and help us as well. I love that lady. I could feel her hand on my shoulder. She was one of my dear friends. And I'd like to thank my Faye that's been with me for 20 years, going down the road with me. My surrogate sister over at my extended family, Martha Tompkins Wright. That's my sister, my surrogate sister. Thank you for being here. And I got a letter in my pocket from Casey Tibbs. Nobody gets a letter from Casey Tibbs but me. Welcome to Rodeo, Charlie. I think you'll go a long way. Here's a letter from Pete Logan. Thank you, Charlie. Enjoyed working with you, and I signed your card. Best of luck. You'll be there. That's special to me. Ben Johnson sent me and Casey Tibbs to do PR for a charity in Houston one time. And Ben said, now, Charlie, this old gal that does PR is going to let you and old Case go out and do a little TV and a little radio. Y'all do your thing. Sometimes you got to watch him. We were dressed up in a sport coat, and then we went to a fine 5-star restaurant. And we're sitting there having a casual conversation. And lo and behold, he's got a whoopee cushion in his pocket. I know, honey, I'll get through. He lets that whoopee cushion go, and I went, oh my God. Put it up, Casey. But that was Casey Tibbs, and I called Ben Johnson. I said, don't ever send me with Casey Tibbs again. I'd like to thank the people that are no longer with us that was responsible in my corner. I can feel their presence, of the late Brenda Michael, Larry Dawson's big hand on my shoulder, Bernice Johnson, who took me under his wing, Harry Tompkins, Jim Shoulders, Clem McSpadden, Hadley Barrett, Tom Hadley, and the wonderful Neal Gay. And I'm going to wrap this up with a word and a quote from Leon Coffey. Back in September, we worked together. Leon teared up when he found out I was going into the hall. He said, welcome to the club. I want you to know something, Charlie Throckmorton. That Hall of Fame in Oklahoma City is the Mount Rushmore. It is the Taj Mahal of them all. It's the Super Bowl of Hall of Fames. And I've been selected for every one of them. But when you get to Oklahoma City with the Rodeo National Hall of Fame, you've gone to the biggest and the best. 30 years in the counting and 70 years total, this is the Taj Mahal, the Mount Rushmore. Thank you, Oklahoma City. We love you.
Don't forget, there are still spots on the saddle board. Obviously, it's not filled, so we're not going to do the drawing tonight. There's still plenty of spaces. Unless, what did you say? If we could get 50 people to put $100, we could draw for it tonight?
There you go. Anyone want to be brave? Just step up, go over there. There's a young lady right there. We only need 50. We'll have 100 boards sold. When it's all said and done, someone is going to go home with a brand new saddle, and this great Hall of Fame is going to have raised $10,000. So don't be shy. Just need 50 brave souls to step on over there.
The other thing that I wanted to mention is that membership is available in the Rodeo Historical Society. I know today we had a lot of people that said, I didn't even know that you could be a member. Yes, you can. So again, find a way, become a member, and help support everything that this mission does.
And also, as Pam said earlier, if you find and know somebody that is deserving, please nominate them. That is the key. That concludes our evening. Thanks again to all of our National Rodeo Hall of Fame inductees and award recipients. And, of course, thanks again to all of our sponsors, our auction donor items. If you were an auction item winner, please remember, settle up. Take your claim ticket, pay outside in the room across the hall. To my ever faithful sidekick, Pam Minnick, as always, you were fantastic. To each and every one of you that were here tonight, God bless, be safe, and to all of our inductees, please come up on the stage for your class photo. Good night, everybody.
Happy trails.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together?
Okay, we are going to draw for the saddle in 5 minutes. So if you want to get a chance to get in, right now you got about a 50-1 shot. There's a few more spots left. Step up, by. Keep your numbers. We will draw for the saddle in 5 minutes.
Others are blue. It's the way you ride that trail that counts. Here's a happy one for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails.